welcome back to Math&Me with me, Nikhila, Sankar. So in this video, we are going to learn complex numbers of class 11. Okay, so let me start with explaining some basic concepts. So basically, complex number nale enna. In the chapter fulla, you will be dealing with I. Okay, what is I? So when you have a square root which has a negative number inside. So for example, I'm taking a -1. So this we denote by I. Abdina squaring on both sides enna agum -1 equals I square. So this is the value of I square. இப்போ ஒரு நார்மல் நம்பர் இருக்கு, நேச்சுரல் நம்பர், ஹோல் நம்பர் or anything, it's a fraction, any real number. So you can write it of the form. For example, take the number 2/3. So 2/3 can also be written as plus 0 times I. 0 times I enna 0. So 2/3 plus 0i is nothing but 2/3. So இது என்னது? A plus IB. Any complex number can be written in the form A plus IB. Okay, so இதுதான் complex number where A is the real part. இப்போ for example, Z equals A plus IB na real part of Z is A and the imaginary part of Z is B. Okay, so இதுதான் real part, இது imaginary part. ஏன்னா இங்க I இருக்கு இல்லையா, I இருக்கிறதுலாம் வந்து imaginary parts and wherever you have just the number only, அதெல்லாம் வந்து real parts. Okay, so இதுக்கப்புறம் there are a few laws. Closure law, commutative law, associative law, distributive law இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய இருக்கு. So இப்போ basically இப்போ Z1 ஒரு complex number which is maybe A1 plus IB1 and Z2 is A2 plus IB2 னா இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் add பண்ணாலும் it should be a complex number. இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் subtract பண்ணாலும் complex number. Multiplication, division, anything you do, it will be a complex number. Okay, so அது வந்து closure property. அதுக்கப்புறம் you have commutative property. So you have Z1 plus Z2 is nothing but Z2 plus Z1. எப்படி திருப்பி போட்டாலும் அதே ஆன்சர் தான் வரணும். So இன்னொரு associative property. You have Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 equals Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. So எதை முதல்ல ஆட் பண்ணி மூணாவது டேர்ம் ஆட் பண்ணாலும் you'll get the same answer and it is a complex number. So இப்போ உங்களுக்கு வந்து இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் நீங்க ஆட் பண்றீங்கன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்களேன். When you add these, when you get a whole number, for example, you are only getting a A. அப்ப this can also be written in the form 0i இல்லையா? So basically, any number can be denoted in the form of A plus IB. Okay, so every number you're dealing with in your real life is a complex number. Engala I illiyo, you're dealing with no imaginary part. Imaginary part 0. Okay, so this is some basic laws. Idhu thavara nariya laws irukku, but we'll use them when we are solving the questions. Okay, so there's one more property. When you have Z1 equals Z2, for example, A1 plus IB1 equals A2 plus IB2 abdina, you can equate the imaginary and the real parts. So inge vandu you will have A1 equals A2 and B1 equals B2. So idha vandu we use this to solve the example question. Okay, example 1, if 4x plus I times 3x minus y equals 3 plus I into minus 6, find the value of x and y, where x and y are real numbers. Okay, so இப்போ இதை எப்படி பண்ணுவீங்க? You see that this is the real part. அப்ப you can equate both. So 4x equals 3, x equals 3/4. இதை equate பண்றேன். இப்போ I can equate the imaginary parts. So this is the real part. Equating the real parts. Now I'm going to equate the imaginary parts. So I have 3x minus y equals minus 6. Therida A plus IB, A plus IB. So what is your B? It is minus 6. Okay, for x what will I have? 3 times 3/4 minus y equals minus 6. So இப்போ y எந்த பக்கம் கொண்டு போறேன்? I have y equals, I'm bringing the 6 to this side. So I have 9/4 plus 6. அப்ப என்ன ஆகும்? 9 plus 24 divided by 4, which is 33 divided by 4. So this is your value of y. You have found the value of x. Okay, example 2, express the following in the form of A plus IB. So first subsection enna? Minus 5i times 1/8 into I. So first numbers alla multiply pannalam. So I have a minus sign, adukaprom 5 irukku, into 1/8 I into I. So I have I times I, which is minus 5/8 times I square. I square is nothing but minus 1. So minus 5/8 times minus 1, minus into minus plus. So 5/8. So இப்போ இது என்னது? It is a whole number, but complex number எப்படி எழுதணும்? You add plus 0i. So this is how the form A plus IB. Okay, second subsection, minus I times 2i times minus 1/8i the whole cube. Okay, இப்போ ஒரு டேர்மா எழுதலாம். You have a minus numbers மட்டும் எழுதலாம். You have 2 I into I என்ன I square. இப்போ இந்த ரெண்டு டேர்ம் முடிஞ்சதா? இப்போ I'm going to open this bracket. So I have minus 1 the whole power 3 என்ன minus 1 divided by 8 whole cube என்ன 8 8s are 64. 64 into 8 512. So I have 512 I times I என்ன I cube. Okay, so now I have minus 2 I square times bracket எடுத்துறேன் minus 1 by 512 times I cube. Minus into minus plus ஆயிடுமா? So plus 2 I square I cube. So I can write it as I power 5 divided by 512. இப்போ இதை 2 ஆல cancel பண்ணலாமா? So I have 2 2s are 2 5s are 10 2 6 are 256. So I have I power 5 divided by 256. What is your I power 5? I power 5 can also be written as I square times I square times I. I square enna? Why am I writing like this? You know the value of I square. So I square enna? Minus 1. Marubadi I square enna? Minus 1 times I. So you have minus 1 into minus 1 plus 1 plus 1 into I. So I power 5 is nothing but I. So I have I divided by 256. So this is of the form 0 plus 1 by 256 times I. So irka A plus IB formula. Okay.